Hello guys, today we're gonna continue our journey. So at our previous episode of our road, we have done an EchoBot. So basically that's the first step. I remind you that our goal is to make some kind of schedule bot like this, so you can send him some message with the time, and he will respond you with in a certain moment of your future life. So let's check it. Let's check now how it works. What do we have right now? So as I said before, that's just a common EchoBot, nothing special. Yeah. Okay, so let's think what are we gonna do next. First of all, so at this moment we can just forget about Telegram and Telegram's API because we don't really need it. So our main logic would be around parsing commands, etc., etc. So there are a few ways of doing that. First of all, let's write some code. It's going to be schedule service. And so usually I just if the project isn't really hard, like now, I don't really draw any diagrams or something. I just do coding, and after all of this I do refactoring, and it works perfectly most of the time. Right, so let's start with the code writing. Let me think. What should we do? So let's start with something very simple, like what process, and that's all for now, basically. So well, that's going to be our entry method. Yeah, it's harder than I thought. Oh, and now I'm trying to think then the next steps of, and I'm already feel retarded. Okay, so what's our input data? Our input data, that's a string, like just a message, no message, string message, right? So, and let's assume that our message will have prefix, some kind of prefix, which should be a certain time in the future when we're gonna, well, create our or trigger our event or something. No mind. Just let's think out how we're gonna extract that. Hey, it seems pretty boring right now, but maybe it's gonna be less boring in the future. So, what message? Let's think about our interface at first. So, we're gonna have something like that, right? And oh, that's wrong one. So we have things like that, and we have some kind of prefix, like tomorrow at 10 p.m. Let's figure out a scheme for our prefixes. So, and let's think. First let's think about cases. So, what should we have? Something like tomorrow, today, something like 10th December, or well, like that. And that's going to be our first part, like tomorrow, today, then the Canva, you get it. And the next and the second part should be time, and it should be optional, I suppose. If it's not optional, we just we'll have some other logic behind that. Okay, so tomorrow, today, 10th December, 10 p.m., for example, right? What did we have into hours? Okay, so or it should be like this. So there are basically going to be two ways. 10 p.m., 11 a.m., or for our for guys from Russia or Europe, like something like this. So yeah, that's like that, and that's our first way. Let me do this thing. Yeah, so that's our ways to say the time. Okay, that's the first way. The second way is gonna be something like in 2 or 3 or whatever number here, and here we're gonna have days, weeks, hours, minutes, seconds, whatever. So they are basically two ways here, two ways to say the specific time, and that's all what we need. So how would we um, parse these kind of things? Because well, it's quite hard, I think. Well, to parse it just like that. But I've heard, and probably many of you have heard before, about regular expressions. So, and I think they can fit here pretty well. But personally, I don't really know much about them. Well, I know that I can write some of them sometimes using some tools. But let's imagine that we already have this kind of uh, uh, this kind of tool, some kind of regular expressions. Okay, so what do we want to see in a code? So I want to see some function or method which will return me all the data here. Something like private says schedule time private and let it be something like that. No mind yet. Yeah, and it's not gonna be. And let me think what's gonna be here. Here in the place. Well, what do we want to return here? We want to return some kind of structure which would represent this thing. Like we could return here like a time. I mean, not a time, but some kind of time thing like instant, or it's better be a local date time, which would basically our complete logic. I mean, sorry, and it would be our certain time which will which would mean a certain time when we have to trigger our trigger. No, just never mind. Let's let's think here. So our today's task is to transfer this thing into this thing. So the question, how are we gonna do that? So we have to produce some kind of regular expression. I think, I don't know how, and we're gonna handle this together. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. This pause is too long already because I'm trying to think what are further steps. So let's check out some guides then. So I need so all we need is regular expressions. So it's called Regexp. Yeah, there was a tool. I think no, it's not the one. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So Regexp is a thing. You'd better to read it by yourself, but it can help us to parse some kind of text. So for example, we can have here our test string, like this one tomorrow at 1 p.m. Yeah. And it can match, it can show matches and extract some kind of data out of your strings. Yeah. So let's first create some kind of matcher, like tomorrow at there's gonna be D or so there is an explanation. So basically, when we create a regular expression, we have a just a template string, and it shows our matches. So for example, this string matches every other string which has this, well, two numbers here. But for example, if we do that, it will fail, obviously. Yeah. So here there is a thing, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, or no. So match single character presented a little below. No, not. So there is a way to, yeah, and let's find it here. There is a way to, yeah, that's one. So wrong brackets. Yeah. So that's quantifier. So it means that this digits should be at least 1 or 2. So it will work like that, and it will work, well, like that. And here we can put here a group in this square brackets, like that one. PM or I'm not sure. Let's check out this thing again. So capture everything closed. I'll basically alternate, yeah, match either A or B. Let's remove these brackets here. Maybe it's something like that. Here we put this backslash. It just escapes a symbol, means that this point is just a symbol and a text, nothing other. A M. So I'm not sure about these brackets. So let's capture everything enclosed. I don't really know what does it mean. Okay, never mind. So let's just check something else. Is it work or no? Let's check out PM or AM, and well, seems like it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, so we can just make this thing T or A M. Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So here we can have our matched string. Yeah. So I'm not sure what should be good. What should we do in our next step? But let's think. So, for example, we should definitely add this stuff tomorrow, today, and December. So it should be think like that: tomorrow, or today, or some kind of D in the same thing. So here we form a capturing group which contains few things inside, like tomorrow, today. So you can place here like any options if you want. You can see an explanation right here. For example, you can pause and read it. So and then it's gonna be like another capturing group, and it's gonna, well, so let's put here January and December. Just for example, we'll add everything else later. So here we can see that we have this string parsed, parsed in a groups, etc. So we can put here like today at 11 p.m. and we see that it's parsed, right? Right. So, and it means that, for example, like more doctors visit today, and we can see that we can add everything, every text like in front or in back of this parse sentence. So basically, we don't really care about the certain place. It can be in the start of the line or in the end of the line. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so here we have done this thing, and but we haven't done this thing. And probably that's at this moment we should create another capturing group, and it's gonna look like that. Yeah, like should be a digit. 1, 2, 1, 2, and this one, and again digit 1, 2. Yeah, so it's gonna work for now. It doesn't really care about valid time, so we can put here like 99 p.m. We should handle this either. But so add 10. Yeah. So here we can see that our regular expression works pretty fine. Yeah. So and let's put it here, and let's create a regular expression for this thing. So it's going to be in, well, just digit. So here here we want to see like, well, say 1, 2, 3, or there is a better way to use that. 1 or more a, yeah. So just d plus. Yeah. So now we can have here like any amount of days, weeks, hours, whatever, but not a 0, so it's not gonna work. Yeah, so if you want 0 none, there is just like 0 none, 0 more, whatever. So just use that. And here it's a simple group like that. So just put here everything from here, replace slashes to these pipes, right? And we have everything working fine. So here you can see this, so you can put like in 1 hour, and it's not gonna work because this s should be optional. So let's do that. Yeah, so just capturing group like here, like this, so in 1 minute, right? Yeah, yeah, sorry for that. It's not necessary. Here, here, and here. Yeah, so we can just in 1 minute, in 2 minutes. We don't really want to check the spelling because, well, who cares? Okay, so we have our 2 regexps, and they look like that at the moment. So we have to use this. Let's get back to our first one, because I don't really like it, because it doesn't check some corner cases. So for example, you can like today at 9 p.m, right? So that's something bad. So we have to change our d, something like, yeah, so it's going to be much harder at the moment. So let's just use a we can just Google, well, Regexp PM AM. Maybe we'll find something. Yeah, maybe this is one. So usually most of the time, software developers like me, they just don't care. They just Google everything, just test it if it works. But this does this. Okay, so it checks like 11 p.m. Well, it doesn't really work like we wanna. Yeah, it checks this thing. Well, it makes sense, so why not? At least, yeah, you have to add minutes here as well, so it's not, it isn't enough if you want to use only an hour. So yeah. So let's just fix our hours. So, and if I'm not mistaken, this one, it doesn't work either. So this doesn't make any sense. So let's fix that as well. So there is a way, so slash D is basically the same thing as, well, a group like from 0 to 10, right? So it's basically the same as 0 to 9. Yeah. So that's the same. I think so. Yeah, any digit. So slash D means any digit. But we don't want any digit. We want digit. So from what kind of digit could be there? So basically only one or 0 basically, yeah. 0, 1, and it's optional, right? So we already see that, so this thing passes our test. So the next thing is the second digit. It could be from, oh, it could be also 2. Sorry for that. Yeah, but it's gonna be really hard because it still could be invalid. Yeah. So still we can even if we validate our next thing, it can has well, any digit number, like it's gonna be slash D here, but still it's possible to create such stuff. Yeah, so let's think a little bit about that. Well, there is a way that I would use the most simple one. Yeah, but it's gonna look very bad. So we can just enumerate all the numbers basically. So like that, like that, like that, like that, and etc. So that's the best way. I mean the simplest way at the moment. So if we'll do that, we'll be sure that there is other options, and it's pretty easily. But it's fine when it's all about hours, you know. But we have a minutes as well, and we don't really want to. Well, maybe there's some way, try to this. Maybe there's a well, pretty sure whenever you wanna make some simple regular expressions, there is a everyone. So yeah, let's just find something else. Yeah, I can use here this thing. Okay, so let's check this Regexp. You'll be maybe we'll sure that this one will work for us. And okay, so it's 12 p.m. But it could be 90 p.m. And why can it be? Oh, okay, I see. So there is optional thing here. Okay, so 0 to 5 from 0 to 9. Yeah, so there is, well, yeah, this one works fine, but well, so this is just one with the with 0 or 2. Other it's 0. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Well, so it's much easier than I thought it'd be. Okay, so let's take this one in our case. So to match this thing, yeah, yeah, let's just put it here and we'll check that everything works fine. So tomorrow, sorry, tomorrow at 10 p.m. Yeah, so what's wrong here? Tomorrow today at not sure. Oh, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, let's keep it like here because no one wants to put dots here there. Maybe it's not necessary. Yeah, so it works fine and it's pretty much validated. So yeah, so this is, and let's tomorrow let's use. So here we can see that our, well, for example, if we want to use January, we have to like we have to use capitalized letter, but it actually doesn't work. And yeah, but if we use this one, it will work either well. So it works by itself, and this is great because yeah. So because of this rejects options, I guess. So this rejects option I modifier, yeah, insensitive. So there is no case sensitivity, and that's fine for us, for our purposes. Okay, so let's just put it right here. Well, yeah, so now we can parse and validate the string, and it perfectly works like that. So we can use it in any. So we have to combine all of them. So we can have either this one or this one, right? So all we need to do is just combine them into a groups of digits. Like that. It's going to be capturing group. So just use brackets like in simple math, and so now it works perfectly for our first thing and for our 10 days, yeah, for this thing as well. Okay, so yeah, if you want to if you want to understand better this Regexp stuff, you can just use this one and you can just read it here. It explains it really well, and there is as you could see, there is no big deal basically. Okay, so here we have our RegExps, but all the things it does, it just matches the string. So we can just check that it's presented in a string, in our input string, in our message. That's all. Let's just, well, why not? Let's just do this thing just to check that everything works fine. So we'll write some tests later, but probably not today. So in just so there is a regexp regex and I forgot how to use regex in Java. Regexp. No. Okay, so Java regex. Yep, it's called pattern. Yeah. So just pattern, compile. We'll take the string here. You'll hear it. We will put it here. and we can see it's compiled nice. Well, because Intellij IDEA is pretty smart, and it will check for us if it works or no. So usually we don't have to pattern. Yeah, we don't have to compile it all the time, so we can just extract it here, and we can mark it as a private final for many purposes. Yeah, it's pretty long, but well, it's fine. And also we should probably use flags here, because if you remember, we had this I option for insensitive case or something. Yeah, and we'd better pass this here as well. And let's check case bitmask combined case sensitive. Yeah, so I'll just pass it here. Yeah, compile and case sensitive pattern case insensitive. So here you can see some interesting thing. It accepts integer, but what if we want to pass some other options? So just because that's bitmasks, basically that's very simple thing. Bitmasks. Yeah, sorry, so sorry. Well, that's basically just let me find some nice example. Oh, basically it represents a bunch of bits, and every option means a single enable bit. So basically this means, I don't know what does it mean, because sometimes I learn this stuff, but I forget it after. Just don't blame me. That's fine. So basically, we can just multiply, just add one to other. So like, if you want some other thing, you can just use, well, Unix lines. Gonna be like that. Yeah. So just because we have a thing like and we multiply, and that's our case insensitive, and we want to add Linux lines. I don't know what does it mean, but for example, and it looks like that. So, and in the end, we will get something like that. Yeah. So that's okay. Now mind, that's you can check it out by yourself later. So let's check that our pattern works. Pattern, pattern, and matcher. Yeah, should probably use matcher here. Creates a matcher that will match the given input against this pattern. Yeah, so we can just use our message here, matches, and that's basically all. This one could be removed for a moment. Yeah. So instead of doing echo, we can just use our schedule service. Yeah, we will get to the dependency injection and other stuff later, much in further lessons, but now we can just use just straight way private final schedule service. Yeah. So, and we just return schedule services process update get message get text. Yeah, and yeah, I was wrong because I was deleting. So it was something like execute send. Yeah. Let's send message. builder, chat ID, update, get chat ID, get chat, maybe get message, get chat ID, right? String, right, and text var result, string value of result, belt var message, yeah, and let's catch this thing. Well, this I never do this thing, so don't ever print stack trace. It's better. It would be better if you just throw new runtime exception e, and that's the less ugly, the less ugly way to catch exceptions. Never do this either, but for our stage of the project is fine. Yeah, so let's just start this and we'll hope that everything's gonna work. Yeah, so and let's yeah, and it responds false for us. So let's just tomorrow at 10 p.m. remind me about shit. And it doesn't work. But why? Let tomorrow, maybe there is some kind of misspelling here. No. So let's check out this thing using our site. Well, oh, okay, so I got it. So it matches only if we have, yeah, as you can see, it matches only if contain all the string is equals to that stuff. So let's find how can we fix that. Maybe there is some flags. Case insensitive, global, multi-line, extended, Unicode single line, ungreedy, entered, changed, dollar and only. No, there is no flag that we can use. So, but maybe we can use some other stuff like group count, more than one. So group count, basically, if I'm not mistaken, it returns a number of capturing groups. So basically it's going to be, well, number of this thing, group 2, 1, 5, 4. Well, I don't know why the names are like that. Much as possible. Let's just check out how many groups it will return, because personally I don't even know the right answer here. So let's just change our change that. Well, what's this? Well, and it's fine here. Let's just rerun our stuff and we'll check it again. Yeah, it started. Nice. Yeah, so let's use that. So there is 9 groups, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can see only 7 groups here. Yeah, but it returned 9. So that's a thing that we're gonna do. Okay, so we can see here all our groups. So that's okay. So yeah, there is 7. Okay. Okay, so let's check it later. So if we use this one, we'll have the same 9 groups. Okay. So let's check out groups itself. So all we need is just return. Okay, so it's return group. And what does it mean? Returns the input subsequence matched by a previous match. So some string and stuff like that. Okay, it doesn't really seems like a stuff that we need. What else? So usually, if I don't know anything, I can check this thing. So maybe okay, there is a start, find, hit end, looking pattern, replace all, request first, require to send results. Okay, so there is much result, and what does it mean? Does it means stream of match results to each subsequence? So. Okay, it'll take some investigations because well, yeah, let's just Google it. Develop pattern list all groups. Okay, group count. Yeah, okay, we can just use that. Oh, I see. I see. So we can just iterate over these groups and we'll see what will it. So let's do it really quickly here. Or matcher. I will just copy this thing here. Okay, so we don't need this, but we need this for our list equals new array list string. Yeah, and this stuff will be added here. List. Well, just check our results. Yeah, so just like that, and return list. So there's gonna be list string. Yeah, so let's check it out. Everything is fine here. Okay, so if I okay, so I guess it's started already. So let's just use our well messages. Yeah, and we can see our groups here. Just to make it better, let's add here slash n. That's basically a enter on your keyboard. Yeah, so you can see here that we have 9 groups and 2 of them are nulls, and even third are null. But so that's going to be our approach to find a certain thing like that's because at the end of the code we want to see like stuff like tomorrow and like 10 p.m. Yeah. So and even not at 10 p.m. we want to see stuff like 10, 2 zeros and p.m. etc. So let's check out in 10 hours shit will happen. Okay, but and here we can see something bad. I mean bad that we don't have any data except for hours. All we have is this stuff like in a certain amount of days. So maybe we should do that, because it will create a separate group. I guess, I know that's only a suggestion, because well, it worked for this stuff, and the only difference between them is this capturing brackets. Yeah, so I restarted, but yeah, and we can see our groups here. So all we need is here. So it's 10 and it's ours. Yeah, so it's pretty fine. I guess we can end here. In the next episode, we'll just use this thing to create some kind of logic. Yeah, we'll just we'll try to write a code that will extract this stuff. Yeah, thank you very much. If you don't like this video, just press dislike. I'm gonna do that as well. Okay, thank you. Bye.